to the next demonstrators who are here today. We have the pleasure of having Dr. Michael and Amanda Haley. They are first-time comers to this RawFood Meetup since I have begun, and they are going to teach us a little bit about ALOE. Either in front and back, whatever you like.
Back where you are.
Absolutely, wherever you'd like to go. And if there's some space for you guys, yes.
Awesome. I would like to put my email address so I can be on the newsletter.
While Michael's preparing, there's one more announcement I wanted to make. There is a doctor that's coming to town. Who here has ever suffered from skin cancer in South Florida? Off moles, blemishes, and most importantly, skin cancers. My mom has had all types of skin cancers and has gotten to the point where she has been covers up because she has so many scars. And when I found Dr. T was able to show her an alternative to being cut on, she was very happy, and a lot of other people were as well. So he's doing a lecture on Thursday, the 28th of March, and he's also doing his skin clinic to get rid of skin cancers. And by the way, all the money that he makes from the skin clinics goes directly to his orphanage in Nepal. So you're not just paying to make yourself look beautiful, to get a mole removed, you're actually helping kids in a country where they're much less fortunate than us. So if you go to his website, Doctor, spelled out D-O-C-T-O-R, the letter T, events.com, T as in Tom. Yes, drtevents.com. You'll see all the places that he's speaking in South Florida, the West Coast, the East Coast, the Northeast, and you can choose where you'd like to go and what you'd like to see. So, yes.
Is this the same doctor that runs a clinic out of Hippocrates?
No.
That's that same one? It's T. Orion?
Yeah, Telleran, Dr. Telleran. But he doesn't run a clinic out of the park.
Well, no. But he, Susan Lerner?
Susan Lerner, my good friend, yes, Susan Lerner, hosts him up in West Palm. You can see his lectures up there. You can get skin treatments up there. You can get them down further south. Wherever you'd like, it's just an option to have those
Is the biochemistry detoxification?
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's a free lecture on
The
Thursday,
28th.
March 28th.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Where
Out
is that?
Coconut Creek. Out Coconut Creek. It's actually advertised through the Meetup, so everybody should
This
have gotten.
RawFood meeting.
Everybody should have gotten that.
We'll see that on our website. And that's this coming Thursday.
Yes.
And it is posted in the
And it's
Meetup.
posted, I'll look.
It's posted, yes. So.
Well, let's talk a little bit about aloe. Who has aloe growing in somewhere where they can grab leaves? And do you use it?
I do.
Can I ask, what do you use it for?
I use it for burns, I use it all over my face to heal scars that I had gotten. I use it, I drink it, I use it for lots and lots of things. And I've been eating cactus since I was a kid because I grew up in the desert, so it's really great stuff.
Yeah, great. And what about yourself?
I get a cut,
Uh-huh.
I squeeze some aloe on with Band-Aid and put it on just like it was triple antibiotic ointment, and the next day the cut is gone.
I
That
have
has happened to me
slices.
several times. I mean, no scar, no nothing, you can't see anything.
And I saw another hand go up too. Do you use the aloe in your?
I've used it for aloe. I've used it for cuts. I've used it for burns, and it's a little messy. But if you scrape it off, and you can use it for a hair treatment for dandruff or extra dry hair. It's just a mess to clean up afterwards, but it works.
Yeah, and yourself too. Always drink it. Now, for those that said that they drink it, why do you drink it, or what do you know of about it?
I just understood that it's really good for your health, exactly what I'm not sure, so
Yeah.
I like the taste of it, so.
You know, it's interesting. People know that it heals their skin faster. There's been research done that shows if you put it on burns and things like that, that it actually heals skin faster. They've done tests to prove this. Well, it's interesting when you take a look at the way your gut works in your body. Did you guys know that your gut is pretty much the same tissue as your skin in a sense? If you go back in embryology, you start in this ball of cells, and it's kind of neat. What ends up happening is this ball of cells kind of folds in and meets in the middle, and that becomes your gut. It's the same embryological tissue, your gut, as your skin. And just as aloe works real well on the skin, it works real well in the gut. The number one reason that people consume aloe is probably acid reflux or GERD, irritable bowel disease, Crohn's disease, ulcers, any kind of inflammatory bowel, inflammatory gut disorder. They're drinking aloe to help calm that down, to either manage the symptoms or even heal them of their problems. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And the neat thing is I have seen some demonstrations on YouTube on how to fillet an aloe leaf. And I think, oh no, don't do that. Don't drink it like that. There's part of the plant that you want to consume and there's part that you don't want to consume. If I cut this leaf, you'll see this yellow stuff kind of bleed out of it, and it's the outer leaf. It's an anti-nutrient. Do you know what an anti-nutrient is? Like for instance, if you peel an orange, you can actually peel an orange with a potato peeler and take that thin layer of orange and then stick the whole thing in the blender, and there's lots of nutrients in the outer rind, but the orange part, the orange-most part on the outer part, has these anti-nutrients, and it's kind of a natural pesticide. They use this to make cleaners and natural pesticides. It's probably there to protect the orange. In the same way, the anti-nutrient in the outside of the leaf, some people will use it to help them with their constipation because it kind of gets the bowels moving. I don't think it was intended to be consumed. It's hard to dose, and if you're using it for constipation, it can actually go too far and cause severe cramping and dehydration and things like that. It's not the part of the plant that you want to consume, but inside is the aloe, the gel, the mucopolysaccharides. That's the stuff that's high in acemannan, which is a nutrient that raises your immune system. It raises tumor necrosis factor, which actually kills cancer. People take the aloe for fighting all kinds of viruses, viral hepatitis, HIV, and things of that nature, because it raises your tumor necrosis factor, improving the immune system. So the mucopolysaccharides are known to stabilize blood sugar levels in diabetics, all kinds of benefits. What I want to show you is the proper way to get those benefits out of the leaf. Now,
let's show them where's the flower.
Oh, yeah, not all plants are created equal.
There are 4,000 different species of aloe vera, 200 different varieties, or did I say that backwards? 400 varieties, 2,000 species.
400 species, 2,000 varieties.
And if you have this color flower, then you have a good
and leaves that look like this.
medicinal species. And nice big leaves. So just keep a lookout. This looks like Triton's.
No, I think for this, oh, and it's funny too, I might as well address this issue since we started talking about it. It's slimy, okay?
Very slimy, like egg yolk.
like chia gel.
Chia gel.
It is what it is. I think for this, I think you're going to probably appreciate this more if you leave your seats and come up.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I'm glad you offered that because I wanted to see that stuff you were talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and when we are doing this in a production setting, we're actually going to soak these leaves a little bit. I'll demonstrate. Now, let me start with, I'll just cut the ends off. And now that I've done that, I'm just going to kind of show you what it looks like. You can see it dripping out. See that yellow stuff?
Yeah.
That's the stuff that causes diarrhea. All right, that's the laxative.
And it tastes horribly.
It's a very bitter. If you drink aloe that has a bitter taste, chances are they got that in there.
If you use it to put on a cut, is it all right to have that?
Yeah, that's okay. Actually,
Yeah.
that has a lot of
See how
beneficial
yellow that is there.
Is that good for your skin?
antibacterial.
Yes.
Well, the stuff on
No,
the
it
inside is
stains your
what you
skin.
really want. Yeah, it does kind of stain
Stains,
things too.
hardcore stains.
So, all right. Now, what I'm going to do is take this, and this has a little bit of a blade on it, and I'm just going to cut the spines off first. Okay. And do the same thing on this side. Just cutting the sharp parts off. Okay. Now, I had a bucket. Can I have that bucket?
Garbage right here.
You want the garbage?
Well, that'll work too, yeah. What I don't want to do is get the stuff that stains, but do want to get that out of the way. In fact, I'm going to set this one off the side too. All right, now this is the easy part. And, you know, it's funny, what I've seen on, in videos, what I've seen on things like YouTube and stuff, I've seen people cut sections and put either the whole thing in the blender.
Put the green on it?
Yes, and you can do that, but again, there is that anti-nutrient. Now this is not a knife. I find that this is the easiest, one of the easier tools for filleting an aloe leaf, and you're just going to stick it in there, and I'm going to press down a little bit, and whoops, I missed.
Is that a spatula? What do they call a spatula?
It's like a cake.
Okay.
Offset spatula.
We'll get rid of that.
I don't know.
Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now, you're going to see that it has some green color on it. Okay.
Wow.
Let's see how I did. I left a little bit on each side. But that's pretty much how you get it out. Now, you see it looks kind of like a fillet. That's why they would say filleting the aloe leaf. Now, let me just cut those parts off, too. You could put it in the blender with that, but no one really likes that.
Green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to chop those off. Now, you see, we were talking about slimy stuff.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, this is still going to have that yellow stuff on it. What I like to do before I
Rinse it real good.
put it in the blender, I like to dip it in water and bring it out before I drop it in the blender. We did not bring a blender with us. But one thing that's pretty neat is we did bring aloe that's ready to drink.
So when you blend that, what you just filleted, then you end up with the aloe juice, is that correct?
Yes.
The yellow stuff is just on the bottom.
What about it?
I thought the yellow stuff is just on the bottom of it.
The yellow stuff is pretty much comes out of all of the green. Wherever you cut the outer leaf, you're going to have some of that. It goes up and down those tubules on the whole leaf. Now, the neat thing is, what we did bring is some that's already made. And are these our cups?
Yeah.
And should we just have, I guess everyone's going to eat now. I think what we'll do is we brought a few bottles of it. We'll just let you help yourselves.
If you'd like to taste it, this just raw.
Oh, that's enough. Yeah, that you rinsed that.
I did rinse it.
Can we cut the whole?
Yeah.
What does it taste
Is it going to have that yolky bitter
No, I
taste?
just rinsed it all up.
Yeah, it should not be bitter. Oh, yeah. In fact,
What does it taste?
no, it's the
It doesn't
texture.
have much taste at all.
It's like water.
Let's do that.
Like water.
It's the texture that's interesting.
If you
The
ever
texture
get
you're
lost
gonna
in the
be-
desert, just know.
We can maybe use some of that chocolate glaze on here. Doesn't that look beautiful, you know?
And shall we demonstrate so people just know that, you know?
That it's not gonna kill us.
Yeah.
It's mucilaginous.
That's a really horrendous sounding word.
It actually has almost a texture when you're biting it, almost like the
What does it
inside
do
of a
for you?
watermelon.
What does it do for you?
It's very healing to your intestinal tract. That's what
We
I use.
have brochures that you can
Okay.
And you'll see it almost has
read all
no
about the
flavor.
benefits.
It's slippery, it's slimy, has an unusual texture.
Not so horrible.
But see how it's not bitter? Like if you've ever bought aloe from the store, it has a bitter taste.
O instead of A. That's what
And this
There's
is
some napkins at the end over there.
the importance of fresh
Thank you, Jerome.
aloe is anything that it's in Whole Foods or on any store shelf is shelf stable, and it's a vegetable. So if it can sit there on a store shelf, it's been preserved, pasteurized, heated, and completely denatured to the point that it is the consistency of water. Whereas our product here, as you'll see when you pour it out,
I'm gonna do that one really quick.
yeah,
Just
for you guys
realized
to taste.
that
Now,
was
most
harsh.
people will mix this with something because it doesn't taste all that great. It is kind of egg white. This is the aloe, and this is our company, by the way. My husband and I's company, and we have brochures and things. Here.
Okay, thank you.
But you can see here that it's goopy, it's pulpy, and it's basically all we do is take that fillet, put it in a blender, and then freeze it. So it's like a frozen vegetable.
So no
And it's
flavorings
shipped all
or
over the
anything?
country. Now, what most people will do is pour this into an ice cube tray, so that it stays. They'll thaw it out, pour it into an ice cube tray, and then they'll throw it in their smoothies.
That's what
or
I
they'll
did with green algae.
Yeah,
That's what
just
I'm
do
thinking that
whatever
you should
you
do,
want to
because it
do
doesn't
with
really
it
have
that
a good
way.
taste.
Or drink it straight, or add juice.
So you're
to it.
saying if you get it on the shelf, they have put something in it to
Oh, yeah.
preserve it
Even
for it
if
to
it
stay
says
on?
100% pure, it's been pasteurized. Because they have to do something in order to make it shelf stable, otherwise it would grow mold and bacteria.
How long does this keep?
This in the refrigerator, first of all, it comes to you from the solid block.
Okay,
And it stays in the refrigerator about 2 weeks.
okay.
If you refreeze it,
You're fine.
then you're fine. And
Just
that's
like
why
with
people, and it's,
Yep.
the bacteria content is not going to increase to the point where you can't freeze it, thaw a few times.
Okay, Tracy.
So when your company, you sell the juice, but you sell the plants too?
We don't sell the plants,
No,
no.
we brought some for
We
you.
brought some for you guys to have. Everybody can either take a little
So
baby
you just
plant,
sell
put it
the-
in their
you
yard.
sell the-
Yeah, but the people that are taking it would have to annihilate their plant long before they got well. They have to take a lot of it. So we tell everybody to have one plant in your yard to use on cuts, burns, and scrapes.
So this is concentrated?
No, it's not concentrated.
I mean,
It's just the real, it's just
100%.
The-
100% pure,
100%
nothing else in it.
Pure raw gel.
So how do you,
If you put this in the blender, it would...
It would make a small amount of juice.
small
So if you're going to drink it to get well, to heal yourself of things, you're going to need hundreds of plants.
Our customers that are drinking it for killing cancer, they actually get it in a bucket. They go through a bucket this size every month. They'll drink 3 glasses a day,
Gotcha.
which would be about consuming about 4 leaves a day, 3 or 4 leaves a day.
Michael, what's your specialty, Lindsay?
I'm a chiropractor,
And where are you located?
Pompano Beach.
Do you know about enagic condom water? People with healing of cancer from drinking alkaline water? I'm a distributor. I know about this.
I know, yeah, we had an alkalizer in our
No,
office for
an
a while.
enagic condom water, not just any
Here's the
other.
brochures that tell you the benefits and where to
one has
buy it.
different
We
qualities.
also sell
Do you know about
Is
it?
it the Kangen?
Can you,
Yes.
you have that?
No.
How is this manufactured?
as far as manufacturing from hand filleted. It's hand filleted, just like that, and then put it in the grinder.
So Michael, you take this, you put it in the blender, you add water, you don't add anything? you
No,
just-
we don't add anything to it. You can add it to your smoothie, and, you know, and it's not the taste, it's the texture, right? And a lot of people will do that initially, you get used to it, it doesn't bother you, but if you put it in a smoothie, it almost adds to the texture, you know? So you find creative ways to use it at first, and after a while, you just drink it down.
Almost freezing, and then we freeze it.
you said that if the yellow got on it,
I'm
it would
gonna
taste
ask you to
bitter.
hold-
This tastes bitter to me.
Hold on just a moment. I'm gonna ask you to hold off on all questions. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little quick changeover. We're gonna change the counter over to our buffet so we can start talking about our food. And then I'm gonna ask Amanda and Michael to just stick around for anybody who has